Hi, I'm Jason Meers and this is NVIDIA GRID on VMware Part 4, configuring vCenter server or VCSA. So we start on the vCenter server itself, and what we're going to do is make sure we select the correct host. We click on the Configure tab, we click on Graphics, and then we click on Graphics Devices. The next thing we then need to do is select one of the GPUs. So remember, there's two GPUs in this one card, but they appear as, so it's one physical card, but it appears as two separate PCI devices. So we'll select the first one, and then we're going to click on the pencil to edit. And when we edit, we need to make sure that we've selected shared direct rather than shared. So this is the difference between a VMware shared card and a vendor shared pass-through graphics. So vendor shared, because it's NVIDIA GRID we're using to do this technology. We installed the driver and the software for this previously. So select shared direct and then click OK. And then it'll take you back to this screen. So because there's two of them, we need to make sure we're in the right place. Still in the same place here, graphics devices, but now we select the second GPU in that card, and again click on edit, and again we click on shared direct and click OK. So we've now changed the settings for both of those cards to be shared direct. That's how we change that setting there, and that's per device. The next bit is per card, so we click on host graphics, and we then have to click edit again. And then we also have to change this to shared direct. And then most people will want this as spread the VMs across GPUs for best performance. However, you may have a use case where you want to fill up GPUs at a time and do consolidation, but for most people, unless you have a specific reason, you probably want to spread your workload across VMs for best performance. So shared direct, spread VMs across best performance, and click OK. So that was the device related stuff done, and the host or hypervisor stuff related stuff done. So we got the card in, we got the software in, we've got the vSphere host configured to use it properly. The next thing we need to do is build a virtual machine that uses resources from that NVIDIA GRID card. So we'll create a new virtual machine in the usual manner, but then what we're going to do is we're going to add a new device. And the device we're going to add is a PCI device, and we're going to select, when we pick the PCI device here, an NVIDIA GRID vGPU. So that's that bit here, and we're going to use the NVIDIA GRID vGPU software to do it rather than direct path IO. So we pick the GPU, we pick the GRID software, and then this here is where we pick the size of the profile. Remember we talked about the size of the slice or the size of the piece of birthday cake that you could carve it up to. We're going to use this profile here, and we're going to pick from them here. So these are all the different sizes available, and what I've done here, I've picked the K240 version here. So again, I've gone for GRID and I've gone for K240. The reason I've picked this one is that if you look at this chart, and each chart is specific to the particular graphics card, the K240Q is this one here, and if you remember, the GPU, the K2 card has got two GPUs. If I pick a slice like this, I can run 4 users per GPU, and because I've got 2 GPUs, that's 8 in total. So if everybody had this K240Q profile, I could run 8 people per K2 card, and that would work down at 4 per GPU because there's 2 GPUs on the card. So this is the size of the slice that I've picked, and in subsequent videos I'm going to pick 3 desktops on this profile, and I'm going to pick a slightly smaller one for another example, just to show that you can mix and match the size of the slices that you give to each virtual machine. So once I've done this, I click OK, and now that machine is ready and configured. So that was NVIDIA GRID on VMware Part 4, configuring vCenter. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you found that useful.